floor, okay? So my right leg is gonna reach out, and I'm gonna use that to hit almost like a reverse shrimp action that pulls my hips underneath my partner, okay, just like this. As I start pulling my hips underneath my partner, if he's committed to the whizzer, his shoulder's gonna hit the floor, and from here, we're gonna pull our training partner's knees together, and we're gonna start, okay, that turn that takes our training partner up and over and finishes with us on top and in a good position to start really getting past their training partner's legs. Okay, we end up in a position where his knees, okay, are pointed in the same direction. We have the knees stapled together, and we can start moving around quite easily to our training partner's back, okay, or into a pass. So let's look at the movement from this angle. We hit that lower leg shift, and we got into position. We got a scoop grip on the leg, remembering we're always going to be elbow deep with that scoop grip so that we have a good tight connection. We have that good tight connection on the far hip over here. My left leg stays back heeling. My right leg reaches out for the mat, and pay attention to how I use that to hit almost like a reverse shrimp and start scooting my hips underneath my partner. Okay. When I do this, let's rotate. When I do this, I reach, I pull, and I drive my hips in. Notice that my training partner's knees come together. Okay, so my training partner's knees form a straight line. Okay, his knees are lined up with each other. So previously, his knees are wide, good, like this. I shovel my hips in, I bring those knees together. Now from here, we just run this circle so I can tilt him, and then we start driving up. Okay, and we come up and into top position. So the key there is really staying with the back heel to make sure that his leg doesn't come out, reaching for the floor and shoveling our hips underneath so that we can pull our hips under him, pull his knees into a straight line, and then we just run the circle and we tilt our training partner over. Because he has that whizzer in place, he's committed to preventing me from taking his back. It makes sense. Okay, it's a good move on his part, but it does come at the cost that he's not going to be able to base out with the hand, in which case we can roll him over in the direction that we saw. All right, guys, now let's look at another variation of this. Same thing, we're going to roll through, but this time we don't have access to our training partner's far knee for a scoop grip, okay? So we're going to use a different type of grip on our training partner's leg. So, again, we're in this underhook situation, okay, and with the previous move, we were able to come out and scoop the leg. This time your training partner is going to post that leg out wide. So maybe he knew that I wanted to scoop into the leg. Maybe he just wants to put good solid whizzer pressure down here, okay, whatever the case is, that leg's posted up. So I can't really scoop in with an extended arm. I'm not going to be able to pull his arm in. So what we're going to do under these circumstances, we're going to keep the tight waist. We're going to stay in good position here. And we're just going to take a grip, like a V grip, inside my training partner's knee. Okay, so this hand is going to come in underneath the knee. And now I'm going to hit that same motion where we shovel our hips underneath our partner with the intention of taking his knee and pointing it directly up to the ceiling. So I catch right in here. I pull myself in tight, remembering all those elements that we talked about need to be at play here, because at any moment, otherwise he's going to be able to straighten his leg out and flatten me. So right from this position, we're disciplined with all the things that we talked about, holding onto that far oblique, and we post inside the knee. Right when we post, we reach with that leg, and we hit that same movement of scooping our hips underneath him. Only this time trying to point his knee up to the ceiling. This is somewhat reminiscent of a gi variation of this sweep, where if my training partner had pants, we'd be holding onto the pants. Only this time we use that palm up V grip. And we end up here. Have confidence that once the knee points up to the ceiling, if he tries to come back in towards me, we can just push that leg over and very easily end up on top. So the goal really at that point is just get his knee pointed up to the ceiling. Once the knee's pointed up to the ceiling, you can literally just push his leg over, okay, and he won't be able to stop that reversal. Okay, so one more time. We come out. He bases that leg out. Okay, once that leg's based out, I can't scoop into it. Same action, only this time, palm up, V grip, with the intention of pointing his knee up to the ceiling. As I reach for the floor, the hip shovel underneath, and we just use that stiff arm, okay, to point his knee up to the ceiling. From here, he tries to recover. We just push that leg over. We come up on top Okay, and in great passing position with that reversal. Okay guys, now let's look at the second direction of attack, which is going to be taking our training partners back. We touched on in the last two segments that the whizzer, okay, when we have the underhook, he's going to have the whizzer, otherwise the back is going to be exposed.